Denver 7 News starts right now.
It's the moment we've all been bracing for. Snow and frigid cold temperatures hitting the Denver metro area right now.
So this storm's going to last through the night, dumping up to a foot in the Front Range. We have team coverage for you tonight. Mark Boyle is in Winter Park to show us the avalanche danger in the high country. Stacey Donaldson is following this storm in the First Alert Weather Chaser.
And Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson is standing by to explain how long this storm will stick around. And first, we begin with Russell Haythorne, who's out on the roads to show us what CDOT is doing to keep drivers safe out there. Russell?
Yeah, and CDOT is not messing around with this storm, and it's a good thing. Check out this roadway. It was clear about an hour ago, and already it is snow-packed and slushy. The snow is really beginning to come down. CDOT had crews out 24 hours ago pre-treating the roads with ice slicer before the storm hit. We have some video to show you. They launched a full fleet of plows about 2 hours ago at 3 o'clock this afternoon. This is a statewide storm, a prolonged storm. They're expecting up to 3 feet in some parts of the high country. They're expecting a foot in some areas of Metro Denver. They say if you encounter one of those plows, give them some space so you don't endanger them or yourselves.
We like to tell motorists that we're the biggest animal on the road, so stay 3 to 4 car lengths back.
Check it out, the snow really coming down here in Denver. And speaking of Denver, big changes are underway with this storm. The city has changed its policy on side street plowing. They used to only plow when there were 12 inches or more in the forecast. They've changed that with this storm, from this storm moving forward to 6 inches. So they will be out on the side streets. They say this is not a result of complaints, but rather a chance to provide more relief to more residents on more occasions. We're live in Denver. Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.
Big change. Russell, thank you. Denver 7 meteorologist Stacey Donaldson is out in the metro on the roads in the First Alert Weather Chaser. So exactly what are we looking at right now, Stacey?
Well, the Weather Chaser has been getting through this like gangbusters, but other cars not having such a good time in the icy scenario we have here. And you see that the snow is piled up on the side of the road. This is Wadsworth, and the cars coming around these corners are sliding out left and right. And just as you look northward toward 36, we've got a backup of cars here. It takes about 4 or 5 lights to get through just one light. So we really have a lot of folks out on the road, everybody taking it slow. Most folks going about 5 to 10 miles an hour since it's so icy out. But I've got to say, just in the last hour or so, the temperature has taken a nosedive and the winds are just blowing sideways. So the wind chill factor is tremendous. Corey Reppenhagen and I both have frozen fingers at this point. So really bundle up when you head outside and take it slow for sure. Mike Nelson, what's going on right now from the Weather Center?
Oh, it's snowing and blowing not only down here, but up in the mountains as well. This is the view in time lapse just about a half an hour ago up at the Loveland Ski Area, where it's coming down just in buckets. Something else is coming down. That's the temperatures. Look at these single digits all across northeastern Colorado. It's not quite as cold up in the mountains, but those winds, as Stacey talked about, make it feel on exposed skin like about 15 below zero. Winter storm warnings covering all of the Front Range, I-25 corridor, the mountains, winter weather advisories farther east on the plains. Look at the bands of snow over the last 3 hours, how they've increased in coverage and increasing down to the south as well. Started in the north of us, gradually working its way farther to the south. Here's the current conditions as far as that snow. The darker bands are the heavier bands of snow up around the Fort Collins area, Greeley, Keensburg as well. And this is a big storm. It extends all the way back to the Pacific coast. There are warnings all the way out west, Utah, back into Nevada. Here's your cheat sheet. Piles of powder on the peaks and the plains, very cold temperatures, and those roads are really getting bad.
Mike, thanks very much. And as you might imagine from all that, weather is impacting travel at DIA. Hundreds of flights delayed and many canceled by airlines, including, yes, Frontier.
And this adds on to problems Frontier was already having with lost luggage during similar weather last month. So can you believe that some people still don't have their bags? Denver 7 Sally Mamdouh joins us. You talked to a traveler, Sally, who has no way of tracking down her bag.
And Ann, this traveler tells me she didn't know her bag was even lost until she came to the baggage claim counter for the second time after no one responded to her first claim.
Lost luggage woes still continue to haunt Frontier Airlines.
It had all my family's Christmas presents there. And it was just so frustrating because It had all our winter coats, my family's Christmas presents, and some of my husband's clothes.
Former Frontier passengers Venice Riggins and her husband are still feeling the effects bad weather had on their luggage nearly a month ago. Pictures of piles of luggage surfaced after several Frontier flight cancellations. But Venice's flight was never canceled that day. In fact, she arrived to New York as planned, but she was missing one of her 3 bags. She filled a delayed bag form at the counter, but never heard back. Then she filled out another one online.
I just got a generic reply, but then nobody replied to my reply.
So she went back to baggage claim and found out it was too late to file a claim.
It's been over 16 days and nobody even bothered to tell me that it was lost.
And since then, she's been in limbo.
I've been trying to call, and their voicemail is full.
So we called Frontier, and a spokesperson with the airline tells us they're still tracking Venice's lost bag. If they can't find it, they'll start a loss settlement with Venice tomorrow. But even with a loss compensation, Venice says this Frontier trip is a lesson learned.
Even if somebody pays me, I will never fly with them.
Now, since this all started last month, we've had many Frontier passengers reach out to us, so we wanted to speak with the CEO of Frontier, but my request, as well as several of my colleagues' requests, were denied on numerous occasions. We're at DIA. Sally Memdu, Denver 7.
All right, Sally, thanks. Now, another big concern today, avalanche danger in the backcountry. While CDOT is blasting to reduce some of that danger, they're also relying on people in the high country just to be smart and safe. Denver 7's Mark Boyle is in Winter Park right now, where the resort is also doing some work out there. Mark?
And all of this fresh powder is attracting a lot of backcountry skiers, and they're taking a lot of avalanche precautions. They're also taking precautions at resorts like here at Winter Park. The avalanche watch is in effect for the Front Range, Vail, and Summit County, Aspen, and the North and South San Juans, as well as Steamboat. The danger will really increase over the next 24 hours or so. Not only are you being discouraged from traveling in avalanche zones, but below them too. As with Berthoud Pass and some of the others, many times an avalanche can cover the highway or roads with snow. And those we found are aware of the danger, but feel confident in their precautions anyway.
Beacon shovel probe. I also have one of the new airbag avalanche packs, walkie-talkies. We took avalanche level 1 a few years back. I should have actually refreshed that by now, but so we take as much precaution as we can, but you can never be too safe.
Now, resorts like Winter Park will be backcountry and on those runs, not ski too often, mitigating for avalanche danger every time substantial snow hits, now through the season. In Winter Park, Mark Boyle, Denver 7.
And trust me, Denver 7 is the place to get through this storm. We're starting early tomorrow. Denver 7 will start at 4 a.m. We'll have a check of the roads, of course, the forecast, and any school closures. Well, a hit and run on the slopes at Keystone. Deputies say a snowboarder collided with Jenny Alma while on the Haywood Ski Trail Monday and then took off. Still looking for the snowboarder, in fact. The skier suffered serious leg injuries, including a fractured fibula and tibia. She underwent 5 hours of surgery.
And we have an update for you tonight on the investigation into a Texas mom who died after falling from a ski Granby Ranch chairlift. Her 2 daughters were also hurt. It's been a week now, and the resort's Quick Draw Express is still closed as state inspectors and the manufacturer continue their investigation. The resort in Grand County says it will be offering a 40% lift ticket discount until the lift is operational again. And we do have some heartbreaking news to report to you. Autopsy results have identified the body of a child that was found in Aurora Pond as that of 6-year-old David Puckett. His body was found at Olympic Park yesterday, and as you know, crews had been out there searching for that little boy who went missing New Year's Eve. A memorial at the park continues to grow for little David.
And 2 suspects are still on the loose this hour after shooting at an apartment early this morning in Adams County. Deputies responded to his 911 call to find a man shot at the Pine Tree Village Apartments on North Broadway. He was taken to the hospital, his injuries unknown.
And Adams County isn't backing down in its fight to collect a tax on recreational marijuana sales, saying it will take its case to the Colorado Supreme Court. Well, in the meantime, the county claims it will continue to collect that 3% sales tax, which has netted the county nearly $1.5 million since July of 2015.
And off they go. One of the largest units at Fort Carson was deployed to Europe today for 9 months. 4,400 soldiers in the 3rd Armored Brigade will deploy first to Poland to conduct exercises and then head to other European countries. The military says this deployment's part of Operation Atlantic Resolve. Really, it's designed to show the United States' commitment to its NATO allies.
We have much more to come for you here on Denver 7. Some terrifying moments on the slopes, and it's something we've seen before.
So a child is saved, look at this, dangling from a ski lift.
And it's the image people are debating online. So what do you see in this picture?